Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my review of the Mattel Aquaman Between Two Dooms set. So, let's get started. First we have Ocean Master, then we have Aquaman, and then we have Black Manta. And let's start with Arthur Curry, the Aquaman. So, real quick, I want to talk about how Mattel, special thanks to you guys for reaching out and sending me this set to review. I appreciate it. But more importantly, how they're taking active steps to finally overhaul the previous bodies that they used to have for the DCUC. And gotta say, I'm actually really excited for this because it's actually pretty nice. While some of it remains the same, it's also a little bit different. So let's start with that. So I want to start by saying the Arthur head, or Aquaman head, is really nice. I don't like the raised eyebrow, but it's a very good look, I guess, for him, trying to give people's eyebrow. Works. They have a nice blonde hair. It's a nice wash on it, too, that washes through. There is a really nice different look on this Arthur. It's not the super handsome Arthur Curry, but you definitely get a feel that this is like definitely Arthur Curry, classic Aquaman stuff. Like the orange vest, the green. It's a classic look and I enjoy it. It's actually a very good comic book look. The scales are not they're painted on, not actually designed and engraved in. So that's pretty cool. It's not one of those things that bother me pretty much. The head can actually look up, but not pretty far. It's still one of those older joints. It can look down a little. It can swivel left and right. So basically, you're pretty hindered on it, but it gets the basic job done, especially for a $20 figure. Next up, arm articulation goes out this far. Arms are single jointed, so you can get the classic superhero pose, but they are not double jointed. So that's one of those things where if you're used to the Marvel Legends way, you're just not going to get it here. It's a big bummer, but still, it can get the job done for the most part in terms of articulation. So, ab crunch goes forward, goes back. It's the classic Mattel ab crunch maneuver. It's not something that's any different. It just looks a bit more sleeker. I'm actually going to rotate the arms up so you guys can see what's going on. And then this is where it gets a little different because the DCUC stuff, the lower body was just abysmal before. It's a little different now. As you can see here, it actually comes across very simple, one of those ways where you can actually rotate and flip it all the way up. There's actually a thigh swivel, a real thigh swivel. Legs are double jointed, but it's hindered by his articulation of by the muscle definition, I should say. So his muscle definition changes the way his articulation is, but it is indeed double jointed. So you can actually get if you want to swim with him or look like he's swimming or swimming through water, the only thing you would technically have to do is figure out a way to raise the head. But for the most part, you can actually get a really classic Aquaman pose out of this. It's really nice. There's still no ankle pivot, but there is a joint that allows it to go forward and backwards. Even still, I think it's one of those things where they're classically making improvements in it. Sorry, not classically. Where they're constantly making improvements on it. And I enjoy it. It has better articulation than the previous stuff. There is a swivel. I had to loosen that up. I forgot to cover that before. But I'm liking where it's going. I definitely am. This is probably the more articulated figures that they've gotten in a long time, especially for the classic stuff. So the Arthur Curry is pretty nice. Next up, I'm going to do Ocean Master. But you already know the articulation once you know one of these figures, just like a Marvel Legends. You pretty much know what you're getting. And it's the same with the Ocean Master. But one thing I do enjoy very much is that they've now started adding extra hands and extra accessories. So a great example being, for Arthur Curry, the Aquaman, we actually have closed fist. And this is also a brand new joint. I don't recall it being like this before, where you could just pop it out and I can just put in a different hand. So you get swim hands, you get 2 of each. You get your natural closed fist, and you get fist for holding items. Unfortunately, Aquaman doesn't come with a trident, but if you have one from a previous figure, I'm pretty sure you can just add that in and you'll be just fine. It's one of those things where I think that having the previous figures will definitely add on to the experience here. So I like where this is going, definitely. Let me fix him up in an upright stance. Let me make sure he's saying hi. Hello. And even without the ankle pivot, they can still stand pretty well. Now for Ocean Master. Ocean Master has all the same articulation that Aquaman has. It's all about the same, except he has a cape. The cape is actually wedged in from the back. I don't want to try to remove it and break it because it looked like it's actually pretty in there. So that's the one big difference between him and Aquaman. Outside their natural design, I do like this classic look that they've given him. I like the head sculpt a lot. And it's one of those things where he can look up, but for some reason on the Mattel ball joints, it looks like they can't hold an upward looking pose. It's one of the things I don't really enjoy. But again, for a $20 figure, it definitely gets the job done. But I think it's a little silly that for swimming figures, especially figures that are seen mostly underwater, that they can't look up doing classical swim poses. So it's one of the things I think they tend to overlook. He actually comes with his own nice set of hands as well. He comes with his open palms, so he does come with closed fist as well as also other swimming hands. So it's really cool. Now, the one that I am looking forward to the most here is obviously Black Manta. Now, with Black Manta, all the same articulation, none of it's crazy or any different. One thing I want to point out, even with the muscle definition, because this is all the same classic classic new Mattel Multiverse, is that even though it's double jointed, it's all probably going to all end right here as far as leg articulation because of the definition. But Black Manta, I am a huge fan of Black Manta and this classic look, and I love it. I love the new body. I love the paint design on it. It's black with shades of blue, like it was with accents of blue, as if you can see it in different shades of water underwater. The helmet is done really nicely. It can't look up, but it does have a way to position itself to go left and right, and even toggle a little on the side to side and tilt. And I think that's really dope. The wires are soft, so you don't have to worry about them breaking or anything like that. It's something I'm really enjoying about the Black Manta. I've always loved the Black Manta look. There's a little pressurized button on the back that shows you if he wants to remove his helmet, which is really dope. The backpack is actually soft as well too, so if you don't worried about breaking it, you don't have to now because it's soft plastic. One of the great gimmicks that is on Black Manta, it's a simple fact that you can change his visor color. Now, be warned if you have this set. I heated up mine's first because it was really jammed in there due to the paint, so as you can see some paint scraped off, and that's totally fine. But he comes with two different sets, so you can change the eyes to two different colors. So you can actually change it to yellow set, which I'm not that much of a fan of. I'm a fan of the classic red eyes. So actually, I have it the wrong way. So it's going to show you one is larger than the other. That's how you line them up. I had it upside down like a crazy person. So you can change it to a yellow visor color, which probably is like a precautionary or undersea or stealth version, which is pretty cool. But everybody knows for Black Manta, I am going to go with the classic red design of the visor. When he shoots his beams and lasers and just has that really cool look. I am a huge fan of Black Manta, so I am here for this. I'm here for this entire design. He's the one I am most excited for. And Black Manta comes with, he's the one that is a little bit different. In the set, I know Ocean Master also comes with a harpoon gun, but I'm pretty sure Black Manta is the one that's going to be holding it. Black Manta comes with two swimming hands. He comes with two closed fists as well. And a harpoon gun. It's classic red harpoon gun. And then this is the one that Ocean Master came with, the one with the trident. It's pretty much to tell the difference between the two. But if anybody's going to have a harpoon gun, it's definitely going to be Black Manta. So I'm a huge fan of this. I'm a huge fan of this set. It came out really nice. It's definitely a classic look on the Aquaman and Aquaman's villains, especially the comic. So it's one of those things where if you are a big DC fan, a Silver Age fan going into the modern age, this is definitely a set for you. I know my friend Billy would absolutely adore this set. It's really nice. It's definitely a fresh step in the direction for Mattel, and I appreciate them looking out and definitely giving me a chance to look at what's coming forward, especially after SDCC, with them showing off how many of the great action figures and the way they looked. So I like these, so I'm definitely looking forward to a lot of the other figures, especially the Batman Beyond. But this set is absolutely nice. I think that you get what you pay for in the set. You get some accessories, you get a ton of new hands, you get a great paint job on all three figures, actually. Now, with that being said, even though it's a step in the right direction, I still think that some of the figures should have been better to be able to look up. Ocean Master and Aquaman easily should have been able to look up on their figures, especially considering their characters who swim or want to be seen underwater. Black Manta, I can excuse it because his neck area, actually, it's okay. The helmet actually hinders all that. So you never actually see him swim that way. So it's fine. But Ocean Master and Aquaman easily should have been characters who are able to look up. And although they don't have ankle pivot yet, it's one of those things that it's not bothering me just yet, because I was already knowing what to expect from Mattel. But going forward, I feel like they're going to make the improvements, especially because I've seen the ankle pivot at SDCC. So I'm hoping they keep it and they continue to go forward. Great figures. I enjoy the paint job. I enjoy the look. I enjoy the homage to the Silver Age stuff. Great figures for what they are. But if you are not a fan of Aquaman, if you are not a fan of them transitioning into this new mold, you should hold off. If not, you already know what you want. Exactly. So, in the meantime, hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this informative. Thank you again to Mattel. And do good, be good, drink your water, guys. Later. So, in my excitement for Black Manta, I forgot to give you guys a size comparison. So, that one's my bad. So, it's going to be actually at the end of the video. So, make sure you guys remember to check it out. So, anyway, let's put you up front and let's do some size comparisons. Real quick, this is him next to a Articulated Icons Ninja. Pretty small, right? Yeah. So we know Icons, the Articulated Icon stuff is too small. Well, not too small, but definitely not in scale for the Mattel stuff. Then we have the 1000 Toys card. These are more in scale with the ninjas, but not in scale with the Mattel stuff. So we know that too doesn't work out. Still close enough to be baddies though. Also, we're going to take a look at the Multiverse Two-Face, which came out right before these. He's just a tad bit smaller than the Aquaman. Still very nice, but a bit smaller. Next up, we're going to try SH Figure Arts Kamen Kuuga, the main man who you see on the ground. And as you can see, he is significantly smaller than any of this stuff. Almost preposterously small. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Iron Fist. So as you know, the DCUC stuff is gigantic compared even to Marvel Legends. Much bigger indeed. Then we're going to have him up next to a Captain Marvel. Sorry, Shazam. I'm supposed to call him now for rights. So here he is next to a Mezco, and even he is bigger than a Mezco, which is significantly different. Did not expect that at all whatsoever. So they're even bigger than Mezco. So the Mattel stuff is actually now the biggest stuff to date, as far as I know of, outside of Storm Collectibles. Because Storm Collectibles is obviously going to be bigger. Here we have him next to a Mafex Superman. And if he's bigger than a Mezco, then he's definitely bigger than Mafex Superman. Next up, we have the DC Icons Batman, which looks better next to it, but obviously it doesn't fit as well. So let's keep that in mind. In the meantime, guys, hope you enjoyed. Please do good, be good, drink your water, guys. Later.